Fnatic. You don't want to drop any games, have that hint of weakness. But Null was kind of the one to expose Caps a little bit in that mid lane in terms of how much help he gets. But when you have an Elise up against the Kassadin
lane in Vietnam, so they are a very strong matchup against Rekkles and Jesus, who are slightly behind in that bottom lane as expected. And talking of attack speed, it's triple dagger for Rekkles, so just continues to stack up those shivs to try and slice down Big Koro and Pallet. Boxer looking for this dive up towards the top side. Nocti pops in the shield of Durant.
Oh, Soaz took aggro.
To Soaz. Boxer looking to see if he can get the damage. The piece comes out and Soaz goes down. Good kill for Nocti as here comes Venus. Can he crush the spider under the barrel? Boxer takes a barrel to the face, still has the flash. The cocoon looking for the flash across the wall, does land a Big Koro engaged on here with the concussive blows.
One more shot.
Needs one more shot but can't quite get there, and now
the
turns it back around. The heel, the kill. Big Koro with another for Young Generation.
The biggest Koro on the team. He hasn't purchased yet, and they just won a 2-on-2, and Fnatic took that because by the book, yeah, you should win.
Great job from Young Generation to shut him down.
Yeah, Rekkles is in a pretty bad position, and like I said, they could start 4-manning, 5-manning bottom with these double teleports, and now this mid lane matchup starts flipping a little bit depending on the Kassadin's aggression and who's around. Whoa, he still got stunned.
Dark's Fist, Scud of the Weak is up as well for Caps if he wants it, but he hasn't got heal. Boxer misses, well, doesn't miss the cocoon, forces the flash from Null.
Yeah, still very important.
Awareness on that Elise.
Yeah, and Frostfang, well, we'll see what happens here. Actually, they're all hiding in this bush down bottom. Rekkles stepping up. They're going to exploit him.
Of it. There we go. He has to jump across the wall. Chased. Glitter Lance. Ignite.
Wow!
Long shot. The Vietnamese sniper from Big Koro as he gets the kill from long range. 2,000 gold ahead in just a single lane is absolutely devastating. They've already got first tower blood to bot. Now they rotate to top. They force Soaz out of position. This is superlative stuff from Young Generation. They are showing us why the GPL deserved a second seed after Gigabyte Marines did so well at MSI.
Yeah, after day one, it was kind of like, okay, what's going on? They lost to Chaos Latin Gamers, and then they ended up taking Fnatic to 52 minutes and dropping the ball. Right here, though, 4 people from Fnatic on the bottom side for Nocti.
But Nocti gets out, does have to burn the flash. They're going to get the tower, but look at the top side of the map. Big Koro and Pallet are still pushing in. Venus here to help as well. And at the moment, the whole game is revolving around this bot lane from Young Generation.
And Nocti was able to help clear that wave out, so it's actually a huge tempo advantage. This is going to go 3 turrets up to 1 here, and they don't have a minion wave after this, but they'll be able to clear the next one and get complete control of this area.
And you've got Rift Herald up there if you want it as well, and Ocean Drake not as important in the early game. Get the Rift Herald, get mid tower. If you look at mid lane as well, this is the lane we said Caps needed to dominate. He's only 14 CS ahead, Cyrene. Get a Lich Bane on your Kassadin to improve that turret-taking ability.
Yeah.
And you can use Rift Herald, but that's scattered, and that Rift Herald should be cancelled out, but Caps goes low. The explosive cast takes him down, and Young Generation used the Rift Herald as a bit of a bait and looked towards mid.
Well, I feel like he didn't know that was going to happen. He got picked up. Caps went forward, blew both summoner spells, and it's going to be the same result as if they had picked up that Rift Herald and used it here, unless this wave gets cleared.
Boxer there with the volatile
Null from behind on Jesus.
On the flank. 1 minion remains, but here comes Rekkles. Null jumps in, trying to take the tower first. Wild Growth, knock up with the Glacial Fissure. The stun down, and Rekkles gets a kill. Null a little bit over-aggressive for that mid lane tower.
Yeah, the fact that the wave clear came through from Broxa, and then it was just a flank from Null, and he tried to just hit the turret, and the rest of his team wasn't on.
I could list off every member of Young Generation and say how well they've played, not only in this game, but across the course of today. Yesterday, perhaps a little bit of a blip for them, but they have definitely acclimatized and adjusted towards the Wuhan world stage today.
Yeah, Venus, in my opinion, is kind of the one player where I'm not watching him step up as much as some of the others here, where everybody's kind of had those standout moments. Venus is just by the book, pretty consistent so far. Now they're just going to get tempo mid. He's there as well. And that's might be another 2 turret for 1 trade. And on top of it, the Kassadin is shoving bottom lane. So they can go to the Dragon if they want, or they can go take a tier 2 bottom if it's not answered in time.
5 towers to 2 in favor of Young Generation. They are 3 accepting the fact that Fnatic were able to respond.
Yeah, they're like, we're ahead. We don't have to really push anything just yet. But now you see 2 items for Big Koro. Rekkles on that 1.5 was kind of rushing the static shiv in that situation to look for wave clear and look for the ability to pick up CS later. But side the map is losing. You want to get something top. It didn't work out exactly like he wanted. And that would have been what he was looking for, some type of advantage in push. You can push into jungle afterwards, get something. And because Young Generation just had that 2-on-2 bottom go their way, even with an item disadvantage, they end up slingshotting ahead.
Fnatic force mid, they will be able to get this tower down. Tristana very good at taking turrets, even when slightly behind. Quickly want to take stock of sort of how the side. He's going to go onto a ward.
I see him now.
There we are, he's going to be seen there. Now he's backing. Reckless, you're on a pink ward. Venus jumps across the wall. Reckless, you're on a ward, my man. And there comes the explosive cast, knocking back Pallet with the wild growth. And Reckless is dead. He just was not aware of the vision from Young Generation. And now this could spell a Baron for YG.
He could see it. He just didn't respect it. And then the cast came over.
Nor's jumping in onto Jez's and Broxer here as Broxer is forced back. Young Generation don't quite want to pull the trigger on the Baron yet, and they will have the teleport coming in here from Soaz as well.
It looks like a bait. They're all just standing there. They're standing there. They know they don't have vision because the control board. They're going to try to catch somebody who walks up.
There, they're going to catch out Caps, who flashes away. Nor jumps straight into a cocoon. Jez's puts up the unbreakable and tries to shield the rest of the Fnatic lineup. Nor continuing to press forward. Caps is low. Already Jez is dead. Nor still alive in the front line. Soaz there doesn't have the feast, so he can't nom down on the Young Generation. And the Millennials are winning this battle. They've killed so many industries, and at the moment they are killing Fnatic. Young Generation looking for Broxer. Big Koro going to face straight into him.
Whoa.
The cocoon hits, Pallet flashes away, and that's who Broxer wanted. Now Broxer knocked airborne. That's a dead jungler, and Young Generation can look straight towards the Baron if they want.
No, he had a bit of a tank line there.
Young Generation don't give a damn about Fnatic's legacy. They are the newcomers. They are the second seed from the GPL, and they are the team that are about to take Baron away from Fnatic. And Fnatic have something to say about this.
Keep this Cho'Gath out if you're Young Generation.
No feast for him just quite yet.
Almost.
2,000 HP on that Baron. His Jez is in the front line. Caps off towards the side, trying to steal it. Can't get it. 51 HP, and the Galio secures it. And now Fnatic have to run for the hills because Jez is going to go down. Young Generation, 8 kills to 2 up. A Baron in their back pocket, and they are destroying Fnatic.
The last time they played each other.
Coming into the elimination matches in the next few days.
There was an Infernal Dragon that went over to Young Generation during that, so they're getting even more this Baron buff. The fact that they have the 1-3-1 and composition, they can push multiple lanes. They have the ultimate from the Galio, and Soaz just split pushing, trying to get something.
For this game, I was wondering if I could continue to cast 2 tiebreakers tonight. Well, Young Generation have done me a favor because they want to make it only one. Fnatic holding on to their base. Nocti's in mid, pushing for that inhibitor tower, the knockback. There's the cocoon onto Nord. Fnatic do not pull the trigger. Nocti's still in mid. There's the root, the knockback. Explosive cast used, unbreakable, put up by Jezis as they try and defend this turret. They continue to keep at bay the Young Generation, but Fnatic are looking weak at the moment.
Yes, they're looking incredibly weak. Even you just look at the gold that Reckless has, he has almost the same amount of gold as Venus. All the carries on the side of Young Generation just have more gold than Reckless, and he's only got 2 items completed now. He really wants that rapid fire cannon, that 3-item spike, that one that lets him kite around really heavily. But this is a start. But I feel like Young Generation are just going to run away with this.
Soaz comes down. There is a hero's entrance available for Nocti, but at the moment he is just pushing mid, getting that inhibitor for himself. They split it up. It's a 1-4, not the 1-3-1 quite yet. Nor deciding he wants to be with the team. He needs to be there from the start. Chip damage after chip damage on towards this tower. Big Koro walks up the shield, and they will get the turret. Fnatic unable to defend their base as Young Generation crack into it. So as knocked back, he popped the Righteous Glory. Here's Nocti as well joining the fight. Jezis jumps forward. Reckless and Caps are looking for it. They're on the backline. The cocoon doesn't connect. The taunt does, and Jezis once again has to step back. They cannot find inroads. They cannot find a point of weakness in this Young Generation.
And I was watching the player cams right before that. Soaz took the Baron, right? It wasn't afterwards. So it's not going to add up into that Baron power play. They got a decent amount of gold from that. And you can see right now, oh, Reckless.
Hero's entrance is coming bot because they want to kill Soaz. Nall is going in. Soaz has to run. He has got the feast. Feral Screen comes out. There's the gargoyles as well. Reckless and Broxer are on their way. And now they're going to turn it back on towards Nocti. Perhaps an overstay by the Young Generation. But Nocti and Nall will back away. And they're getting turrets up in the top lane, in the mid lane as well. Venus is pushing for these towers.
Now, Venus is the one who's really providing that pressure. So Caps is able to just walk around. He's the one who's pretty much that primary wave clear at the moment. And Null, there's TP.
Soaz wants this. Null has half mana. Feral Screen comes out. He will Void Rift away. Still has the flash as well. Om-Nom is not enough. He cannot eat down that delicious Cassadin nugget, and meanwhile the rest of Young Generation are going for this. You can tell Soaz wants the kill, but he just can't do enough.
And the face palm.
Control around this Baron.
You can see, Soaz clears the wave, runs up, and Null is just going to run right back down bottom. And there's this window here of only a few seconds where you have to find something on Young Generation if you're Fnatic. And they may have found it with Nocti, but he's hella tank.
Yeah, should have Drown will keep him alive for the time being. Knocked back from Venus. That's an ultimate use.
It's a good disengage, though, because that allows Null to continue pushing this bottom side.
I think they kept Soaz around across towards the top side as well. It
Mid.
might just be Fnatic giving up this inhibitor, but they've been played across the map. Perhaps they've even played themselves because they are investing time into this Baron, and Young Generation are investing time into the base. They're looking for it. 3 members against 2. Venus looking for the steal as well. Knock back with the Buster Shot. Fnatic get the empowered recalls from the Baron, but can they get away from Nocti and Venus? Because at the moment their Nexus towers are falling. Young Generation are looking for the upset of the tournament as they go for the Nexus towers. The backs come out. Null is jumping around. Null could do the cast and he can do the backdoor. He's looking for it. Is he going to get it against Fnatic? Rox has killed 1. Null, Pallet, Nocti. Young Generation get the win against Fnatic.
No tiebreaker. Young Generation are the number 2 team out of the group, taking down Fnatic.
I told you he'd do it. I told you he'd do it. Null with an amazing play. Young Generation just blowing my mind with how well they played that game. It was methodical. It was clean. They only needed 8 kills to beat Fnatic.
And we're talking about macro. That was a game where once they had...